Hello, traders. Welcome back. Welcome back to Billions Club. Welcome on a Sunday Focus. Today, before we're gonna start with what we usually do, which is covering the charts and covering the plan that I have for upcoming 5 days, I want to tell you why we started earlier. And if you will miss the stream, if you are watching the replay, which is what I'm trying to say, don't worry if you are not able to come to the stream now. There will be a record on YouTube, so you can watch it later, in 1 hour, in 2 hours, maybe tomorrow. It's really up to you. But as you guys know, I'm in Dubai, and basically Dubai's time now it's 9:30. So I just said to myself that we can do the stream a little bit earlier because it's not gonna affect you at all. Because once again, there will be a record, and usually I still struggle a little bit with the jet lag, or not with the jet lag, but basically with the sleeping here. So I just wanted to do it a bit earlier, not so late, which is gonna be 9 p.m. for me if I do it in a normal time. So let me know if it's fine for all of you. Hopefully it is. The second thing that I wanted to tell you is the camera, because as you can see today, I have a camera from the MacBook. If you guys remember, last Thursday we did a live stream where I was passing a 200k challenge. I was successful on the second try. It was amazing stream. Honestly, it was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it a lot. We passed it again, but the thing that I'm trying to say is that we got some problem with the microphone, and we think that the problem was the USB-C cable from the sound card to the MacBook. So what we had to do is we had to change the cable from camera, and now it's going from the MacBook to the sound card. So today I have not the normal camera, the standard one that I do have on normal streams. So tomorrow I will go buy a new USB-C cable. Let me know if everything is working well except this. I think it should be. Let me check this. Yes, everything should be fine. Let's go, brother. Hello, how are you, Jan? I'm good, I'm good. Thank you so much. I had a pretty funny weekend here in Dubai. I just came home from a jet skis. So, yeah, plenty of good stuff. But anyway, enough talking. Let's jump into the charts because that's why you are here. So let's start with the Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be probably the pair that I will be paying a lot of attention to this week. I'm going to tell you why in the upcoming minutes. But basically, still uptrend here. We are getting closer and closer and closer to the strong low on 4-hour time frame, which is approximately around 26,000. I'm giving you an approximate number because really that's all we need. We are stopping at this demand that I was highlighting. Honestly, Sunday Focus, Discord, basically everywhere. All you gotta do is really just pay attention to the channels and my TA where I'm posting this and basically implement it into your plan. So anyway, this is very important level for us right now because now the internal low is changing here. The internal high on the chart, I class this level as an internal high. One could say, okay, but I think this is internal high. Fair enough. For me, this level is more relevant, more important than this one. This one is more of a liquidity point for me. Except that we are hitting 4-hour supply on a chart, which is gonna be the local resistance. But let me tell you my plan. If you zoom out, what would be your expectation? I'm gonna give you, 15 to 20 seconds to think about it. What do you see right now on the chart, and what do you think is more likely to happen? Just think about it from what you see, just a simple price action. And I'm gonna tell you what I think. So, hopefully it was enough. My plan is, we have this huge daily demand. Pretty hard to find the exact level. You go down to the 4-hour, obviously on 4-hour it's becoming a little bit more easier to read, I would say. Still, you got this level, you can go down again, which for me the 1-hour would be the most relevant one here. Even though I'm not a big fan of 1-hour time frame, you see that this demand level right here, that is basically the level that is currently holding the price. So if we do this, you see that we bounce from it 2 times, which is the thing that I want to cover here. This level, 26,502 on a Bybit exchange. On Coinbase, I think it's even a little bit higher. Usually, what is very likely to happen is that a Coinbase is gonna be sweeping these lows and sweeping the round numbers. So 26,500, there's gonna be plenty of liquidity from the retail traders around 26,500. I would say that before coming up, move down and sweeping the liquidity from here is very likely to happen. It's just my opinion though. We want to base this on some data. That's why I use exocharts always. You want to back up your plan with some numbers, with some data that you can read from the market. We can use order flow to say if this is a high probability idea, high probability trade, or it's a bit of a no sense. So what we will do, I'm going to be covering this local range that we formed. This one is very, very important. You may be asking why. A few reasons. Well, we started forming this range after the CPI on Wednesday. Sorry, not CPI. This was a PMI on Wednesday. We got a CPI on Thursday. My bad. So Wednesday, after this move down, which was kind of unexpected for me on BTC. Anyway, it happened. I was waiting a little bit higher to around 27,400. Never hit. We got to move down, and we started forming this range. What I want to pay attention to now is net longs and a net short side and CVD with volume. This is going to be very important for me. So simply using a measure tool, pulling it from the start of the range to around here. The CVD, I'm going to be honest with you. I was checking this before the stream already, so I'm kind of biased. But basically, as you can see here, the CVD 46 million with open interest 33 million with volume 731 million. So there's a plenty of transactions executed inside this range, which gives you plenty of room to go down again, sweep the liquidity, and potentially move to the upside. So I have a bullish bias overall for Bitcoin for the upcoming, 4 to potentially 5 days. Usually Friday is going to either be going sideways or potentially if we get a move up, I would be expecting some retracement from a statistical perspective, but that's a different topic, different story. So anyway, I would expect from the start of the week to get a move down, sweep the liquidity below here, and then potentially target higher levels, which is obviously very important. What are the higher levels that I'm talking about? What are the zones that we currently have on a chart? Well, this is the first one. If we can reclaim this one, honestly, I'm targeting around 27,900. Very easy plan, very simple plan. We can open some naked point of controls to once again back up this by more data, but I believe that we have a naked POC here, and also we got one around 27,600. But let's wait for the volume profile to load up. Let me just check if everything is running. Hi, microphone a bit up. It's always like, setting the mic is honestly pretty hard to do. Because usually, like, some of you say mic is fine, some of you say microphone up, and so on. Is it okay now? Hopefully it is. I think it should be. Yes, I think it should be fine. So someone was asking if I met Mike Thurston already. No, I haven't. I really want to meet Imangaji here, but it's almost no chance that you can meet these guys. Anyway, we don't have a naked POC. Let me just load up the TPO because I thought there is at least a time point of control. Well, we got a poor highs around 28,000, but now they are not relevant at all. But the one that is relevant is around 27,485. That is around here. Yeah, this level is very likely to be tapped. Basically, this high here if we continue to the upside. So this level is very likely to be tested. Once again, just my statistics, my edge. I'm not gonna be sharing you how likely it is, but from a statistical perspective, it's quite likely that we will hit this level within certain period of time, which this certain period that I'm talking about will be this week. Anyway, my plan on Bitcoin, very simple. I'm looking for a move down to here, sweeping the liquidity, stopping basically majority of the longs that we got in the market, getting into long and targeting higher prices. That's the ultimate plan that I got. if you zoom out to a daily time frame, if you zoom out to the 4-hour time frame, this is just a very important level that needs to be or should be tapped. Obviously, you never exactly know what's going to happen, but this level is very likely to be tested, and you also get a 61866 around here. So if you can sweep the liquidity, hit the 618 and a 66, and then potentially move up, that would be the best scenario that you can potentially have here on a chart. Losing the strong glow obviously leads to switching the trend or flipping the trend. Then we are definitely looking below 24,800. That's very easy, level to level trading. So once we lose strong glow here, most likely 24,800 and less is likely to occur on a BTC chart. So I think the plan is kind of clear. You are willing to basically sweep the liquidity below this level down there. One could say, okay, but can I potentially take a short out of what we got here? Well, it is possible. I think it's going to be quite hard to find an entry though, because you got like a few liquidity levels. Obviously, this one is the major one. If you can sweep this one, you can potentially target short all the way down to the 26,500. I'm not sure about the TPO if you have anything here, but I don't think so. Well, there is that poor high that I was talking about, but except that and not really anything at all. So yeah, like this is one and only liquidity level that is above us right now. We kind of formed a nice CVD divergence, so there is a likelihood that we're just going to sweep liquidity from around this point here and target down. But right now it's hard to say. It really depends how Monday is going to open tomorrow. I'm going to tell you inside Discord what is going to be my intraday plan. But for Bitcoin, that's it right now. This is the plan. Let's talk about gold. Gold, that is an interesting pair for this week. Why? Well, we are getting very close to the strong high, which is going to be coming around 1950, 1954. Gold did a crazy move this week. And I mean really crazy move. We basically moved from... We started the week around 1846. We basically did $95 move on a gold, which is crazy. And I think the last move like this we got like 2.5 years ago. It's obviously, or it has something to do with the war in Israel, which always when the war starts, gold is obviously the one that is gonna be coming higher. What we did what we got on a Friday, even after bearish result from CPI, which you would usually expect that the EU and gold will be following EU, they will be coming down, which after the CPI we got like a small retracement to around 1870. This week, or let's talk about what happened on Friday, because I want to talk about this big pump. So basically, Israel confirmed that it's a real war, and they declared war. I don't want to be going like too much in depth, because I honestly wasn't doing a lot like in-depth research, but basically Israel claimed that it's a war, then other countries confirmed that there is a war happening on Israel or in Israel, then Biden was following up with this. So basically plenty of bullish news, plenty of bullish momentum for gold. That's why we got such a crazy move to the upside. Do you want to be shorting this? Well, we got plenty of levels to short on the way up. No reaction here. I think that the move up is over now. We are hitting a very important resistance around 1932. The question is, are you willing to take the risk? Because I'm completely open about this. This is a very high or like a very risky trade to take on a chart, to be completely honest. So just be aware of this. Gold has a bullish momentum behind it. So even though you keep hitting resistance after resistance after resistance, the bullish momentum is just so strong that it's honestly always removing probabilities from your side. Let's say like this. I want to hear your opinion about gold. It's very easy to pass prop firm, but very tough to do funding. Why? I don't find funded accounts tough at all. I mean, it's tough, but why is it tougher than the challenge? I don't think so. I don't agree with this. Anyway, let's continue with gold. So basically, strong high. We are still in a downtrend on a gold chart. We got a very crazy move down on a gold. So the quick retracement to the upside was kind of likely to happen. Right now, we are sweeping liquidity from the market from around this high here. So the liquidity is taken. That's, you don't have to talk a lot about it because that's sure thing here. The inducement is kind of big. Basically, this range created a very nice inducement on a chart. If we're gonna combine this with some naked point of controls, I'm not sure if we have any here. But gold looks a bit bearish from a TA perspective. If we are talking about FA, fundamental analysis, then it's just very, very much bullish. So basically, one last potential level, 1945. Be aware of this zone. My plan would be, and my plan is very simple on gold. It's just like when you have a pretty hard price action to trade on a chart, just try to create as easy plan as possible. And my plan is very, very simple and very straightforward. I'm going down to the 5-minute time frame, and I'm just looking for around this level here. If we can lose this level, meaning we can flip local structure, I'm going to be looking for getting into short and basically taking a bigger short to around 1910, 1905. I will tell you the exact levels, but be aware of this zone. I want to see something like this. Coming down, potential retest, and then coming further down. That's my ultimate plan. One could say, okay, but you can short now. Of course you can, but there is no stop loss to be placed. You can't really place your stop loss above here because like the chance you getting stopped out is very, very high. On the other hand, you can't also place your stop loss above this high if you are talking about day trade, because the risk to reward doesn't make any sense and it's going to be more of a swing trade and so on. So the only plan that is potential here, or that is possible to play here on gold chart, is literally this. And we could be targeting all the way down to around 1900. That would be probably my target on this trade. I'm gonna let you know once again inside the group, but 1900 is very likely to be filled considering the fair value gap, considering the liquidity around 1905, and basically considering all the other things. It's just like right now we need to lose this level, get a retest, and then potentially target down. That is my plan on gold. When talking about the structure, well, the structure is kind of, I don't want to say hard to do here, but basically the strong high is coming around 1868. The first level where we can class this as enough of a retracement is going to be coming around that liquidity level that I just marked out. Yeah, 1908. So basically 1908 level. That is the first zone where if we're going to retrace from this point, I'm going to be targeting 382 at least. Once we get this, we are moving the week high to around this point. But, you know, that's just right now pretending that this is the high and now the gold price will be coming down. But once again, it really depends on the news that we will get, because the news are affecting the market this time quite a lot. How is your thoughts for the week? Well, for the week overall, very good question. I don't want to tell you the plan on gold in terms of a weekly plan, because I really don't know what's going to be happening on gold right now. In my opinion, we have 5 bearish days ahead, but that's not considering any news, any fundamentals, and anything from the Israel or anything about the war. So once again, very hard to say. I'm really paying attention just to like Monday, Tuesday trade here, and that's most likely gonna be my only trade this week on gold if we're not gonna get some easily readable price action. Definitely longs are better, easier to take, and more high probability, but that's only once we start going around 1908 and lower, basically. So that is the plan on gold, losing this level and potentially getting into short once we flip the local structure. Keep in mind, kind of risky trade considering the fundamentals, considering the 4-hour structure. In my opinion, it's worth to take the risk because it would be, or it most likely will be a high risk reward trade. So we are targeting around, you know, if we can get in here, stop loss above here, and this is going to be our target, potentially 1900, we are targeting, or we are talking about 5.3 R trade. You know, in my opinion, worth to take it, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Let's talk about EU. EU also very important, or very interesting chart. After the CPI, EU also is obviously not affected by the war from the Israel. So EU most likely is going down after the CPI news that got released on Thursday. Unexpected result. Honestly, for me, it was kind of not hard to trade, but I was really surprised because, as you guys know, I was looking for 3.6 or potentially lower, so the 3.5. I'm talking about the CPI result. We got a 3.7, which was very unexpected. The consensus was 3.6, or the prediction was the 3.6 from most of the analytics. But yeah, we got a 3.7, which is obviously bullish for the DXY. So the DXY started going up. EU is correlated with this, obviously, so the EU started going down. So what is happening here? Well, currently we are hitting a 4-hour zone. I was taking a long out of this on Friday. Kind of risky one, to be fair. Basically, my long was taken from here to around this point. This could have been a short. I wasn't taking it. Unfortunately, it was a very, very good short. I didn't get in. Sometimes this happens. So my plan on gold would, on EU would be that we are looking for the internal low around here. This is going to be the first level. But overall, I will be looking lower. Basically below the weak low down there. Which now the weak low is going to be here. This is going to be the weak low. And the strong high is coming around here. Is this a 382 already? I'm not really sure. No, not yet, but we are getting close to it. Basically, this supply is kind of likely to be tapped. So we delete this. Plenty of liquidity inside this also from the highs that are created here, equal highs. Very likely to tap into this zone and target lower. Boom, something like this. Remaining bearish. I'm remaining bearish on EU, considering the result that we got. And this level very likely to be hit around 104.6 basically. That is going to be my potential target. Obviously, everything taken inside this 4-hour supply is definitely better. High probability trade. But if we do this, we do the 4-hour and we go down to the 15-minute. And we will try to refine the level that I'm talking about. Just need to spot the exact level, so we'll do it this way. This could be potential entry for us. Yeah, this is kind of on the border of the 4-hour supply, so this level makes sense. I can't really refine it even more here. So basically coming up here, potentially sweeping liquidity. It's not completely needed. If we go down to the 5-minute, as I said, like you can't really refine it to the perfect level. Obviously, just sweeping liquidity from these highs would be enough for me for going short and targeting the 104.6. That would be the overall plan that I would have on an EU chart. Gonna be looking for shorts on gold, but at least on Monday, I'm just staying on the sidelines. Maybe on Tuesday, we'll see. But it will take out the IRL before the external range liquidity. I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm not using like internal range. Like, do you mean the internal range? I guess you mean this. Oh, now I get it. You mean internal range this 105, I guess. 104.9. Or maybe this one, 105.1, you didn't specify. But then you are talking about 104.4, 104.9 potentially. Sorry, 104.4.9. If you see this as an external range, I would class this more of an internal range and a swing range. But, you know, it doesn't matter how you call it in the end. But yeah, like, for me, EU is definitely more bearish as soon as we are below this level. Once we can reclaim this level, okay, potentially we are talking about flipping structure and not really reacting to the CPI news that much. But overall, I would be looking for the move down before going up again. That would be my plan. One thing that we didn't check, but we need to check, is the news, the Forex calendar that we are getting for this week. So we have the manufacturing index. That's not gonna have that huge impact. We got a CRS on Tuesday. Wednesday, do we have anything here? We have plenty of FOMC speaks, but it's not gonna be that huge for us, I think. The one that will be huge, though, will be the Fed Chair Powell speaks on Thursday, 6 p.m. So be aware of that one. And we also get unemployment claims on USD pair. So be aware of that. That will affect the market. I don't want to say quite a lot, but it really depends on the result. Obviously, if you would get the 4.6 or lower this week, the one on the stream, it wouldn't be that huge. But the 4.7 was really, considering the PMI that we got on Wednesday, the 3.7 just wasn't expected. I'm talking based on EU, ERL meaning internal range liquidity, ERL meaning external range liquidity. Yeah, I thought this, or I kind of knew this, but I just don't know what you mean by the external range liquidity. If it's like a bigger time frame for you or what. But that doesn't matter. Hopefully your plan or my plan kind of fits into your plan. Hopefully our stream today helped you. Let me know, guys, what you think. It's kind of slow today, but it's just like, the situation on gold is kind of like the market is not in a standard condition. BTC, that's a very clear chart. We are looking for sweeping that liquidity below that low around 26,500, if I remember correctly. 26,500, that's the level. You want to see this low being swept on Coinbase chart too. That would be important, but obviously I'm going to be entering based on the Bybit chart. So that is one thing. EU bearish, considering the structure, considering the fundamentals. I think that this week, at least the start of the week, will be bearish. And gold, yeah, you know what I'm expecting. I can be totally wrong. It's really all about the fundamental momentum right now. Someone was saying, I think, like it happened in Ukraine war, it will keep on buying maybe till 2000. Don't even risk a pullback in this scenario. I mean, fair enough. It's as I said, it's very risky to go against it. So if you are, I don't know, in a drawdown, which by the way we can check my account. Let's do a little bit of a small breakdown of my account, because I'm always trying to be as much transparent as possible. Last Sunday focus, we withdraw money from the funded account. This week it was a bit hard. I was in some drawdown, but we are up again. So basically in around basically 3 months we made around 25%, and we are talking about 2.5 in July, 2.6 in August, 13% on September. Right now we are 5% up in October. So far so good. We'll see how I'll progress this week. I'll have one thing in mind that I'm kind of still thinking about. If I reach 10% this week, which is in my opinion possible, considering what we are getting right now on the chart, I may stop trading till the end of the month. Why? Because for me 10% per month is just enough, and I'm gonna stay on the sidelines. Because I don't want to lose my profit that I made, and usually the situation at the end of the month, the last week, is kind of hard to trade. So for me, just protecting the capital is the easiest and safest way possible here. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think about today's stream. Let me know what you think about gold. Guys, go to Discord and share your plan. I would really appreciate it if I can read your thoughts, what you are thinking, why you are thinking that, what strategies you use, and all of these things. I'm not saying I'm going to copy you. I'm just being curious, like what you use and how you trade. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for participating. I'm really, really tired today. So I'm going to go to bed now, and I will send you some plan tomorrow in the morning. once EU, gold, and basically BTC market, that one is open all the time. But I always say once BTC market opens, it's just like over the weekend, the market, even though it's open, you're not really getting any volatility. So once we get some volatility in the morning, I will let you know what is the plan. Thank you so much, guys, and see ya on Tuesday, which is going to be a live trading session, standard one, the professional one, not the experimental one where we are passing the challenges or where I'm passing the challenges. Even though we did it even though we did it 3 times, we are always successful. It's not really how you should trade. So join me on Tuesday to see the real side of trading, how I trade, my strategies, and so on. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow in the group.